Hello everyone. Today I will be presenting my informative speech, which is COVID versus other pandemics. Today my audience is Paris, Katie, and Ella. So, throughout history there has been over 249 pandemics. There have been many severe pandemics throughout history. We are currently facing a pandemic today, which has been added to the list of severe pandemics, which is COVID-19. Pandemics have taken a big part in the economy throughout history, and pandemics will most likely increase throughout history. For my first point is COVID compared to the Black Plague. The Black Plague was one of the first big worldwide pandemics. It started early on in the 1800s, I believe, and the plague was spread by a disease that was on fleas, as COVID was spread by a disease that was carried by a bat. The Black Plague has more than 194 million deaths than COVID. For my second point is COVID compared to influenza. Influenza is one of the biggest pandemics to have been around. It first started in 1918 as the Spanish flu and is still seen today as your common flu and cold. Although there are vaccines proven to cure the sickness, influenza has an estimated death toll of 60 million people, making it 54 million deaths more than COVID. For my third point is COVID compared to Ebola. Ebola is believed to have been transferred to humans by an animal, most likely a bat, like COVID. Ebola had a lot of the same symptoms as COVID, like shortness of breath and other type of symptoms that you would get from COVID. Ebola had 5 million less deaths than COVID currently has. I have printed out a little sheet that shows the deaths of each pandemic, and this one is COVID, this one is the Black Plague, this one's influenza, and this one is Ebola. Though most of the pandemics I've mentioned are higher in the death toll than COVID, that doesn't mean that COVID won't overpower us, since we are still currently going through COVID and people are still dying today over it. There has been many pandemics started by diseases that were spread from bats or any other type of animals. So scientists have believed that we could get more severe pandemics that are spread more by animals. So yeah, that was my informative speech.